Hello everyone, good time of the day. I'm just checking that everything works fine, as yesterday I had a lot of fun with them, with the internet, well not internet, but the camera section. So I'm checking that all is good, and so about 5 minutes you can grab yourself a drink, a tea, and then we'll start drawing. Today we're gonna draw Blizzard, and I'll tell you why Blizzard. So please make sure you have a paper. It can be A4 or A5 size, and you have some highlighter pens, markers, ideally two sizes, like a thinner one and also the thicker one, because we need first to draw and then we need to use the color. So for example, I have those ones, and I have also those ones. I have also pencils, but I don't think I'm gonna use the pencils today. And I have also those ones. I mean, you don't need to have that many. It's fine with whatever you have, but the more the merrier, as we see. So I'm just checking my profile that it's all working fine. Yeah, it looks like it's there. Okay, yeah, I can hear myself. with whatever you have. No, I don't need to hear it. It's fine. With whatever you have. Okay. Okay. So now we can start. Oops. And we're gonna start with drawing the blizzard. First of all, let me know if you've been drawing NeuroGraphica before. Even if you watch this video in recording and you would like to know more, that's fine. But it would be great to know if you've done NeuroGraphica before. You can put it in the comments, and so that also in the future videos, then I would know whether you need to be reminded on how to draw NeuroGraphica. You already know. In any case, I hope you know some basics. I'll just do a quick recap for the people who join us for the first time, in case if you don't know how it is, if you don't know what to do. So I'll show you how to draw a NeuroLine. This will be the first thing, and then I'll show you how to do the rounding, because today this will be very important, as we will be working with the problems, with everything bad, negative, what happened to you, or what happened in general in the world in 2020. Okay? So which color am I? I don't know, I want to like red. It's quite strong color, but I do like red. So I will put down now the camera, and you will be able to see my drawing. Okay. So, what is the NeuroLine? NeuroLine is a line which goes somewhere where you don't expect it to go. So, for example, if I put the dot and I think my hand wants to go here, I can draw the line anywhere else except the direction where it wants to go. And NeuroLine is the line which doesn't repeat itself on any part of the journey. So it's like this. This, for example, is NeuroLine. What NeuroLine is not a straight line. NeuroLine is not like that line. NeuroLine is not zigzag line or wavy line. This is not NeuroLine. Okay? So NeuroLine is a line which does not repeat itself on any part of the journey. So I'll draw two NeuroLines. So here we have the intersection of two NeuroLines. And now what we want to do is we want to round up. The rounding up is important. So what you do is basically find the corner and you make it softer, you make it rounded. It's also called conjoining. Why we need to do that? In order to remove the obstacles, to remove the negativity, to remove the the tension. Basically, the angle is the tension. It's not like by drawing we remove something. We do it throughout our mind, because neurographic is based on the fact that we work while drawing. We work on our mind. Okay, so we're not doing here magic. Everything is possible, but what we are doing is we are working on our mind through the drawing, on our perception through the drawing. Okay, so now when you found out how to do the neurographica, I think you will be ready to go for them. And we can start our drawing today. And today, as I said, we're going to draw the blizzard. Why blizzards? In the winter, well, if you know what is winter, I'll tell you a bit more. So if you've ever seen snow, if you've ever been in a blizzard, you probably will know why. But if you have never been, then I will share a bit with you. So the problems is like a blizzard. They go all around. And like the rain, blizzards is like snow going down, but with a lot of wind. So when it happens, then it's like it goes all around. It's very cold. You feel not nice. It's very particular feeling. So what we want to do is we want, with the help of this drawing, we want to leave the blizzard and all the negativity behind in 2020, and we want to keep it only positive stuff in 2021. So what we want to keep, we'll do another drawing another day, but today what we are drawing is how to get rid of all the negativity which we got in 2020. So that's the main point of this drawing today. And first of all, I will pause a bit, and if you have any questions, let me know. Also, please let me know where you're from. I would be curious to know. I love our international community, and that's why we call it the world of neurographic, because it's international. We unite. My colleague Lana, she's in the United States. I'm in London, UK, and I know we have people in the group watching from India, from Emirates, from even, I think, probably in Japan. So we had all over the world. And yeah, I'm curious to know, where are you from? Please do send a comment below this video. It would be great. Even if you're watching this in the recording, still would be nice to hear. And let me know if you've ever drawn neurographica before, because it's also good to know if you've done it or not. Hello, Christina. Good evening, and Labas vakaras, as we say it in Baltics. It's a bit different in both languages, but I think we understand each other. Yes, Christine is from Lithuania. Great. The neighbors. Kate Long. Oh, hello, Kate. Great to hear from you. Yes, you're in the game. Should have been here. Well, I'm glad you're even here. So long since I haven't heard from you. Nice to see you. So, if you have the paper, if you have the pen, then we're ready to start and going. And so, for those who haven't drawn the neurographica before, I will explain. Usually, the neurographica works according to the algorithm. So we are doing our drawing step by step. It's not like art therapy where you just take and draw something, whatever you want. We have a special algorithm how we do it. And first of all, usually what we start is with the topic. Today's the topic is the problems in 2020. All the negativity, all the problems, what we want to leave behind. So what we're going to do now, we can write this topic on our separate papers. You can just take a normal paper. I use this particular large post-its, large because you can see how proportionally large it is comparing to my paper. And then I'm going to write all the words. So we usually start with the topic. So what I will do now, I'll show you. I'll take a pen or some thinner marker, and I will write down the topic. So my topic, and the same as your topic, is the problems and issues in problems, issues, and all negative, I would say, all negative. So this is the topic. Also, I usually put the date, just because then afterwards, when I look at the drawings, the years after, it's interesting to see them and to see how they were. So this is the topic. And now what we do next, we are gonna have 2 minutes, and during those 2 minutes, you will put down on this paper, just underneath your topic. You can also do on other side of the paper, it doesn't matter, like it's completely up to you where you do it, but for me it helps if I have the words nearby me. So we're gonna put all the words which come to your mind when you're thinking about the problems and issues in 2020, all negative. Okay, so I'll start the timer, and these are 2 minutes, and 2 minutes started. So you can now start drawing, oh, actually not drawing, writing down all the words which connected to problems and issues in 2020, all the negative ones. Here we go. And we have 50 seconds left. I remind you, we are writing down all the problems and issues in 2020, all negative. You can just write down all the words which come to your mind. You don't need to think about, even if the word serviette, napkin, or nut comes to you, that's fine, just write it down. Okay, and now the time is finished. So let's put the pens down. And let's count the words. How many words do you have? I have 27 words. So look, that's how I've written them. This is my my paper, and as you can see, there's some single words, some of the words are phrases. You just count all the words you have in total. Okay, so now let's look at your words. I'm almost 100% sure that everyone will have their COVID or coronavirus. Yeah, okay, 24, that's great. If you have less than 20, then that's an issue. If you have less than 20, that it means you might be hiding something from you, or maybe 2020 wasn't as bad here as you might think it was. Actually, while writing this down, I was thinking, apart from like very big couple of major problems, I didn't have that many problems this year. But I still got 27. 18, okay, well, 18 is fine. It's a bit on the borderline. If it's less than 17, it's really, you need to push more, or maybe think about whether it's worth for you to do this drawing, because that means maybe it's not that important problem for you. It's not that important, but still you can try and do it. You can try this technique and use it for something else, maybe for some other problem you have. But Yeah, today we're gonna resolve all the problems and issues in 2020. Everything negative would come to mind. So looking at these words which I'm reading, like which one comes to you, apart from COVID or coronavirus or anything related to that, what comes to you to, like, what was like the most negative? The one you can share with us. So maybe if you can write it, would be great. For me, I had a surgery. I had a surgery in January, and this is life-changing surgery. So that's, I think, the most negative thing which I had in 2020. And then I had another one which is complicated to even to explain, but it's but that one was, I think, the biggest. So I'll wait a bit for your answers, because I know it takes some time for you to get my video and then to write down. Anyway, so after we have all these words, what we do next? We take our paper. So we put this post-it separate with the words, somewhere where you can see it, so we're still thinking about it. And then we take our paper. So now, what we're going to do? We're going to do a burst. What is a burst? First, I will show you on another paper, so you know what it is, for those who never done neurographic before. And then afterwards, you will do it with me, okay? So especially, I'll take a different color pen, completely different. Let's say blue, so you can see it. So, okay, Kate, you write that work, a lot of my words are names. Is that okay? Yes, that's okay. Because if this name means something negative to you, or if this name is related to some negative feeling, that's completely fine. It actually doesn't matter what these words are, as long as they have this meaning to you. So we write down the words to actualize the problem. So now we actualize this problem, and we're going to continue with the drawing. So I'm showing now how to do the burst. The burst we do. So if this is a paper, and you put dot here, like in the middle, in the center, and we start drawing and the line to the direction where we do not expect to see it. So if my hand wants to go here, then I start drawing the some other direction. So let's say, and while drawing, I will count till 3, and you will have to do the burst, which I will show you what it is now. During this count, after I say 3, you stop. Okay. So, and we start 1, 2, 3. So this is just a show I'm showing at the moment. We will do the proper drawing separate. So this we will do on a paper. Okay. So now I'll show you how it's done on the proper drawing. So now we're gonna do. But before we start drawing this, what we need to do, we need to actualize the topic. So for that, we will put down the dot in the middle, as I said before, and then we start breathing in and breathing out, and breathing in and breathing out. And while doing that, you continue thinking about your problem. Well, the problem here is whole 2020 and everything negative what was in 2020. So we breathe in and breathe out and think, oh, this year, what else was here negative? Obviously, it was COVID, coronavirus, lockdowns. I'm not able to see my family for the New Year and Christmas. What else is negative? I wasn't able to travel. Many people died. Many people got ill. Whew, that's already enough. But apart from that, because this is quite global, you also have some personal issues during this year. Maybe something what you were not able to do, or maybe something what didn't work out, or maybe you lost your job or lost your income, or like there are many things which happen. I'm sure you have things to let it go, okay? And oh, actually, one important thing to forget. We do not start in the middle of the drawing. Usually that's what we do. But in this particular case, because we're doing the blizzard, we will do it in a sort of one side of the drawing. And we keep the other side free. Okay? So try to do this work, which I will show you. I'll show you first, and then you do it. Try to do it in just in one part of the drawing. Okay? So I put this dot, but let's say this dot is more like a part which I can see the middle of the dot, maybe like this. So, and then I'll take a different marker. I just want to make sure that you can see it. Can you see it well? Yeah, you can see it well. So maybe not that well. So I'm just preparing the red color. So we can, yeah, I think we can start with this. So, and now we have this part of our paper and we will use only that part. So we put the dot in the middle of that part and we start actualizing the topic. We reread all the words we've written and then I will show you now and you will repeat after me and then we will do the burst. So I will start counting for myself and then I'll do the same for you. So my hand wants to go here and I'll go any other direction except where my hand wants to go. So it's 1, 2, 3. So this is my burst and this was like in one part of the drawing, okay? So now you will do the same. So you please close your eyes, breathe in, breathe out, and you can open your eyes if you want to read your words again. What we do now, we are actualizing the topic. We are actualizing all the problems and issues in 2020. What's happened to you? What's happened to your work, to your family? What negative was in this year? Like, what was so bad in this year? Like, oh! So you get all this negative energy and you put it in the drawing. So let's do this now. So you put the dot in the middle as I showed you. So you put the dot here. And I will start counting now. So we say 1, 2, 3. So by the 3, you should have something similar to what I had. You can do it with your closed eyes. You can do it with your open eyes. That's fine. And what we do now, we're going to do the rounding. What is rounding in this case? So if you have the burst like that, so the rounding is making sure that all the angles are rounded, yeah? So, and we try to round them. So you'll see how I'm doing it and you can just repeat with yourself, okay? So I'm starting with my drawing. Why do we do that? Because the angles, they symbolize the tension. The angles, they symbolize everything negative what was in this year, everything what we were not happy about, what was bad. So these are the angles. And what we're doing here is we are removing them. So we are sort of removing all this negative. Not physically removing, but in our mind we're making it softer. We're making it not so sharp, not so vivid. Because, you know, like in the nature, if you look at nature, everything what is sharp, it makes pain. It can hurt us. So we are doing this rounding to make sure that we soften all the sharp edges. Because we want to release it. If we want to release, we need the softness. We don't need the sharpness. And you remember to breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. So we're breathing and it's interesting how I've chosen the colors. Like first I was thinking I will draw with the red one, then I changed to the blue and now I'm drawing with this marine green blue. I don't know what the color it is, like aquamarine maybe. And we breathe in and breathe out. And in neurographic, as we usually do, we monitor what does our body feel on all the levels. So we monitor what our body feels on physical level. And for example, in my case, I start feeling my neck, like I start feeling here. Also, I ask myself, like, what do I feel in terms of whether I feel warm or whether I feel cold. Maybe what kind of part of the body do you feel? You might feel normal, you might feel hot. Sometimes while drawing, sometimes it feels like first it's normal and then I start feeling cold, and then after a while it changes to hot. So it's just important while drawing to monitor what's going on with your body, what's changing. Okay. So we're doing that. And we continue drawing and we continue to rounding. You see how I do that? So it's all the lines become softer. There are no sharp edges anymore, so everything is soft. And hi, Alexander. And what you don't want? Well, sorry, I will answer in English so everyone can understand. But what you do not want, can you explain? It would be interesting to know. Because you wrote in the comment that you don't want, and I'm curious what you don't want. So now we continue monitoring our body, and while monitoring our body, we also monitor our feelings. We monitor what's happening in our emotions. It's funny, like thinking about all the problems of 2020, I don't feel very negative. I actually feel quite fine. I feel a couple of things, big things happened to me this year, and I'm very happily want to leave them there. Yeah, one of them, as I said, was the surgery, but something else close to it related happened, and I want to leave it there. I want to forget about it. I want to move on in 2021 with some positives, but positives we will cover in the future. And today we just focus on all negative, because we are focusing on all what we want to leave behind. Maybe something not nice happened to you, then we just leave this behind as well. And yeah, so when we rounded everything, which I've almost done now, so if you have more to round, you continue doing, or you can then pause this video and then do it again. So we rounded everything here. Okay, so now what we do next is okay, now see, sorry, in my screen I could see hi Rita, I do not want. I was wondering what you don't want. And now I've opened it further and I can see what you read, what you wrote. Well, hi, it's great to see you here as well. Привет. Haven't seen for ages. So, coming back to our topic. So as you can see, my drawing is like this now, and it's in one side, and on the other side is nothing. It's empty. So what we're gonna do now? We're gonna separate it in a different way. So now what we've done, we did the rounding to release all this tension which 2020 brought to us. What we're gonna do next, we're gonna release this in a different way, and we're gonna remove it from us. And how we're gonna do it in the way of drawing. Look. So this is the drawing which you've done of all the negativity. And now what we're gonna do, we're gonna draw us, like, well, not us, myself. You're gonna draw yourself. So let's say a circle. I suggest you do it in the shape of circle. So the circle is a harmonious shape, and it's very nice shape. So we've done the circle, okay? And now what we're gonna do, we're gonna do next very special thing. I suggest you take some big, thick, oh, that's my quite hard. I suggest you take big thick marker, and now we're gonna separate all these problems from yourself, and we're gonna do it very simple way. We're gonna just draw a line. So you draw a line from bottom to up. So this is a very thick line. Yes, stay positive. Yes, I think it's good to stay positive. Thank you. So we draw this very thick line, and in this way all the problems were left behind, and we are happy now, and we are happy to go in 2021. Okay, so now in this drawing, as you can see, well, this is my drawing because this is the left side, this is the right side. I'm not sure how you see it, probably you see it maybe in the mirror, but make sure that this drawing, the burst, is on your left side and the circle is on your right side, unless you are coming from the culture where you're used to understand things and read from right to left instead of left to right, because that depends how your mind works, brain works. But I think majority of us are used to do from left to right. So we keep this burst on the left side and we put this yourself, the circle, on the right side. So we've done 2 steps now. We've done the burst and we separated ourselves from the burst, from all these problems. But we still can see them, right? You still can see all those issues which happened here. So what we're going to do now, we're going to dissolve them. So how we dissolve them? We see this drawing, and in order to dissolve it, we just continue drawing these lines. And by dissolving, I mean to reach state when you will not be able to see what was initially, what was your initial burst, what did you do initially, okay? So, and how do you do it? You just extend this with the neural lines, and you extend the neural lines, and you extend the neural lines. But remember, whenever we extend the neural lines, we create new corners. Whenever we create new corners, we do the rounding, okay? So we don't want any tension, we don't want any sharpness, we just do the rounding. Wonderful. So, and we continue breathing. And while continue breathing, we continue monitoring what's going on in our body on physical level, on emotional level. On a physical level, I started feeling my tummy. I don't know why, but I started feeling my tummy. And emotional, I'm quite positive. I quite like to dissolve all the negative because I want to take into 2021 only the positive aspects. And actually in the next week we're gonna draw the plans for 2021. So this year we are letting go 2020, and the next year we're gonna draw 2021. Yeah, we continue that. It's nice. And think about your thoughts. What do you think? What comes to your mind? What thoughts come to mind about 2020? What do you have on what you're thinking of? In my case, actually, it's funny, when I was writing the words, I realized, like, apart these big issues, it wasn't that bad year. Comparing to many other people, and I think I have to thank myself for that, because it's my attitude. I kept myself going. I kept myself keeping positive, and actually I live by myself, so I could become very miserable and very sad, but I changed. I actually did a lot of volunteering. I was helping people. I was bringing food to the people who were isolating. So I think, yes, partially it could be, we can say this was my way of coping with it. Maybe running of problems, but come on, hey, if my way of coping with it and resolving your problems helps someone else, why not? It's not the best, it's not the worst, right? So we continue drawing and we continue monitoring what has it in our mind. Interesting, I put the tears is words from a list. But in this year I had tears only a couple of times. Well, the proper tears. One was in January and another time was like, I think, end of summer, autumn, something like that. I hardly cry, but sometimes you need to release. So yeah, I'm quite happy with my tears because they help to release. There's nothing wrong with that. What about you? What was your biggest problem in 2020? I know Kate wrote that it's work. I can imagine, especially if you work in an international environment and you're supposed to be in some other country and you can't be there. And, yeah, that must be very annoying. I know also many people, they were not able to work. They lost the work. They lost the income. That's also could be quite sad. And it's not just sad. It's dramatic. It's intense. Yeah, like when everything is closed. Some people just couldn't cope with the lockdowns. They just going mad. But for me, I used the time for myself actually. I didn't put crazy goals to myself. You know, some people say, "Oh, I'll do exercise." No, I actually what I try to do, I try to stay on track with what I've been already doing, and I didn't add crazy ideas because I mean I continued working, so I had to work as well. I had to stay at home, continue work, but so in the sense I was lucky. I had a job, yes. What else? But on a sad note, I usually try to see my family quite often. I live in a different country from my family, and I try to visit them at least 4 times a year. And this year, I managed to come only twice, I think. Once was in March, beginning of March, I think, and another time was July, and that's it. I was about to travel now for Christmas. Yes, with all the tests and etc. With all, what's the name? I forgot how to say one of the famous words now. Isolations and etc. I was going to do the test here. I was going to do the test there. I was going to isolate, but my flight was cancelled. And why? Because I live in London and it's tier 4, and the tier 4 means you can't travel, and it also means actually a lot of countries now blocked UK, so you can't get out of here. Well, as people say, it's because of the virus, but anyway, let's not get into this. We continue drawing, but it's good actually that I did touch upon it because I am able to draw it. I'm able to, while talking it, I'm resolving it. I want to get rid of it. So by this help, but with the help of this drawing, that's what I'm doing. So what I'm doing now, I'm adding additional lines in the way that I don't want to see my initial burst. I still can see where it was, like it was here in the middle. So I'm trying to add more lines so that I do not see it at all. And if you have any questions, if something is not clear, how we do, what we do now, you can ask. And yeah, I will be happy to answer you. You can ask in a comment. I do check the comments. Yes, thank you, Kate. Yes, my family is well, thanks God, and all is good with them, and we keep in touch on the phone, of course. But yes, that's quite sad that I haven't seen them since July. I think that's probably the longest I've ever not seen my family since I moved out from Latvia when I was 21. So, yep. That's quite unusual for me, but I must admit that I do cope okay. And I have vacation now, so I'm like, I will stay at home. But I have a lot of things to do. I have lots of things to do for Neurographica, for my other project. And myself and Lana, in January, we are doing 2 new courses in Neurographic. Actually, one is the course, the specialist course, which Lana is doing, and I'm helping her with a couple of algorithms. And then we do also the timeline course. So if you want planning, that's a very good one. We start in January. I probably will publish more information soon, but so if you want planning, we will do some planning already in these free sessions, which we're doing next week for 2021. But if you want to properly learn the tool, how to plan with the help of Neurographica, how to use a drawing, how to use timeline, actually how to analyze also the past, not just the future, that will be the great way to do it, to learn. And I know Lana also does a free class on that. I think it's on Sunday. So if you are not yet in the group, the World of Neurographic, and it's in Facebook group, please do come in. I will post it in the comments because there we will publish all the sessions we're going to have, including the free sessions. No, I'm just coughing because I was talking, not because of anything else. I'm completely fine. I think that's important note to say nowadays. So I think I'll have some sip of tea. I'm having my favorite matcha tea, and then I'll continue the drawing. Actually, I'm quite happy now with my drawing. Look at it. Do you see where it was initial burst? Yeah, probably a bit you can see. I guess I need to add some more lines here in the top, and maybe some here in the bottom, because you still can see the center, even though it's not anymore as it used to be. So if something is not clear in what we are doing now in this process, please let me know. You can let me know in the comments, or if you're, I don't know, shy or don't want to be known, you can also send me a message via private message. That is completely fine. Okay, go on. So now I need to do a bit more. As I said, I feel like there are not enough lines here because you still can see the central. And while doing it, I still continue thinking about my 2020. What do I want to leave behind? I want to leave behind all the unfulfilled dreams. I want to leave behind all the promises which people made to me, or all the words they said to me and they didn't fulfill. I don't judge anyone. Everyone has their own reasons why they did one way or another way. But sometimes we do hold on this, and we stay sad, or we keep dwelling on it, and we should not. We just should move on. Yeah, Alexander, I actually know that you talked to my mom because she told me. It's nice to see how the world is small. I was very happy to hear that. Yeah. And it's very nice actually that this chance to interact with you guys, and I love to read the comments from Kate, from Alexander, from everyone else, from Christina, the neighbor I used to live in Latvia, so Lithuania was neighbor. Now I live in London. It's not very neighbor, but my heart is still there. And I have my cousin from Lithuania living here in London, so I still feel very close. So it's very nice way also not to draw, not just to say goodbye to 2020, but also to interact with you people, with my friends, with some of them. Some of you I haven't talked for years, so it's very nice. I'm very happy. And yes, actually another thing I use this year for is to keep in touch with people whom I haven't talked to much. I started calling my family more frequently. I mean, I have several members of my family, so with some of them I talk more frequently, with others I talk less frequently. So, and I was doing my best to talk more. Yeah, that's. I think that's good. But this is positive thing. We need to. Today we're focusing on negative. So what was negative? Yeah. What I didn't like, about the society is being divided with all this COVID politics. And I'm not gonna now tell you what's my opinion on what, or what's. I'm not gonna ask what's your opinion on different things. I think it's more complex than just stating. And I don't think I'm teaching you how to draw. I don't think it's the right place and time to discuss politics or anything like that. But what I didn't like is that this topic divided the society. And sometimes it was, to be honest, I think it was also used by politicians to divide the society so that society doesn't think about the problems. Like bigger range of the problems. Also, what I didn't like is that again, it's political decision is about statistics, how we use statistics, what we say with statistics. And I mean, I studied international relations, so I studied politics. And statistics is something what we use in politics and what can be easily manipulated because you can grasp some data and hide some other data. And so, yeah, I didn't like this division in the society because I think we need to be closer. So from one hand, we grew closer, but from other hand, we became more divided. Even with some of my friends, I feel there's a very big division in terms of that. So, I mean, what I try to do then, I just try to avoid because everyone makes their own decision based on the knowledge, based on what they think is right. But anyway, let's not go too deep into this. Now I'm looking at my drawing. I feel like I think I'm quite happy with it. I feel like I'm almost finished because I don't see my initial burst. I feel like it's almost dissolved. Yeah. So if you look at my drawing. So you still can see a bit something central, but overall, it has been dissolved. It has been dissolved in this. So I dissolved all the problems. I let it go, and this is clean me. This is myself, and this is happy me. And you know what I'm thinking to do? I'm thinking even to use a different color because I don't want to use the same color which I use for the problems. Usually we don't do this in NeuroGraphic. We usually finish NeuroGraphic drawing with one color, but I want to leave this behind and to keep myself happy. So that's why I'll choose different color for me. Maybe it will be orange. I like orange. Or maybe it will be something else. Let's see what I have here. Which colors do you like? What's your favorite color? Actually, you can tell me. Which color did you use initially to draw this drawing? I also have to be careful in terms of I need to choose a color which you can easily see in the camera because if I choose too light color, you might not be able to see. Yeah, I think I'll choose this one. Okay, so this is me. I'll start adding more of the color. It's very unusual color. It's like it's brown. I hardly ever use brown, even though I do like wearing brown in my clothes, but I don't use brown either in drawings often. Yeah, that's very seldom for me. So which I'll do now? I'll add. This is me, and I will add more neural lines here, but I will not touch this line. This line will be like no go. It's forbidden for us. So I'll just make it thicker, but we definitely will not touch it. Okay. So actually, I want to make myself also thicker. I'm important in my life. I can make myself big. That doesn't mean I increase myself physically. I increase my importance for myself, and I think everyone should be important for themselves. That's normal, as long as it doesn't become too much egoistic. Okay. So now we start just drawing neurographical lines, and yeah, we can go across. We can do away. So this way we just calm ourselves down and leave only positive things. You don't need to think now about the positive things what you left behind or what you're taking with you, but just think about that these are the positive vibes. Just think about it as like a mini meditation which you keep with yourself. You're carrying with you. Sorry, you're carrying it with you to 2021. All the positive vibes are staying with you. These are all the positive ones. So as you can see, I've done here quite a few lines, and they cross with each other. So whenever the lines cross with each other, we need to do the rounding again. So I'll do it quickly. You know how to do it already. And yeah, by the end of this class, please send the drawings in the comments, or yeah, would be the best if you put your drawings in the comments. I will be very curious to see how was it for you. Maybe if you have any questions or you want to ask or to have, I don't know, suggestion or something is not clear, please feel free to post it as well. Okay. And remember to come to our group, the World of Neurographica, because we're going to do more such classes just in December. We're going to do every single day up until 31st of December. This is like a NeuroRide. You know why I call it the NeuroRide? Because I mentioned the sledge ride. So you're going down the slope with the sledges, and it's like the 2020 finishing, and then you're ready, start running to 2021, and then we will do the planning for 2021. So that was my idea. That was why I call it a NeuroRide. So we do the ride from 2020 to 2021. Okay, so we continue drawing, and while we continue drawing, we do the monitoring of our body. We think about well, we don't think about, we actually ask ourselves, what do you feel? I can feel my tummy. It becomes a bit like strange, unusual, but that's fine. It's nothing negative. It just feels like my tummy is a bit worried for some reason. I don't know what's the reason, but let it be. Yay. So this is my 2021 will be. I mean, it's not yet. It's just currently what I'm drawing is what all the positive vibes I'm taking to 2021, and what I'm leaving behind. Behind is here, and the positives are here. Whew. And we continue breathing. And by the way, the more neurolines, the better, because the neurolines help us to connect our thoughts to our brain, create the new neural paths. Because the thing is, like, we do every day the same things, and then we get the same life. So if we want to change life, if we want to change anything in our life, then it's good to create a new ways. And by creating new neural paths, we create new ways. And by drawing and thinking about it, we do create the new neural paths. And then it helps us to change behavior. But obviously, I don't say that you just draw and then your behavior changes. This is not a miracle. Please don't misunderstand me. It's not like a magic. We're just doing a drawing, and it's all based on science. But it's also all based, like, you know, there's a placebo effect also. There's NLP, so we can use it all together. You can program yourself, but apart from programming yourself, you need also to program how you do it and what you do it, and actually do the actions, because just not doing anything will not help you. Very simple. So the idea of NeuroGraphica, we create new ways to get new ideas, to resolve problems, and then we go and implement them. We're not just drawing, we're actually doing as well. Okay. So, by the way, if you like this video, if you enjoy it, you can share it with your friends. It will be available 24 hours. And then if you want recording, I think the rules are published on my page, how to get the recording. It's free. So you don't need to pay. It's my gift for you for the new year. I love giving gifts, and some people might know. So this is my gift for the new year, because I can't give the gift to everyone. Like the post is very slow currently, so this is a way how I want to give to people by doing this new NeuroRide together with you, and I'm very happy that you are with me on this journey. It's a really great time. So now I'm looking at my drawing. I'm quite happy. I especially left here a bit of blank space, so in this way I definitely know it doesn't touch it, but you can do it in the way you want it. And so this is me, and this is like all the positive whites I'm saying I'm taking for this year, for the next 2021, and this is all the negatives which I'm gonna leave here in 2020. So this is like now we've done the drawing, and but we haven't finished yet. What we're gonna do now is archetyping. What is archetyping? Archetyping is using the color. So we use the color in our drawing to also facilitate it. So it's not just we add the color in whichever way we want. The colors have the meaning, and we're going to talk about the meanings of the color in March. We're going to do the special course on NeuroColor, what the meaning of colors in NeuroGraphica. But today, you can do it just intuitively. But think about, I would not add one color and which goes from here to here, because this is problems and this is your positive vibes in the future. So I think the way how I feel, I will leave this blank. I will not touch it with the color. If you're going to touch it with the color, I would suggest you make it in the way that it's you use dark colors like black, dark blue, because these are the colors of finishing the process of ending something and letting go. In my way, I don't want to even emphasize anything extra on it, so this will be left like it is, and I will add more color here, so all the concentration will be here. Okay, and you can do it in the way you want it, and you can use the highlighter pens. They're very good with it, or you can use some pencils or whatever you have. That should be fine. Okay, so I want to add first orange. I like my orange. And in NeuroGraphica, what is important is we do not add the color just in one cell. We do not do mosaic. What we do, we add color in several parts. Okay, so that's quite good. I'm quite happy with my color, so now I add next color. I want to do maybe some green, some easiness. Green is easy color. And you don't need to put color everywhere, like you can leave something blank, it's up to you. You're free to do as you like. Yeah. So I have my green color. Oh, so now I will add something unexpected, but For some reason I feel I want it. This is not a very usual color for me. So as you can see, I don't do the mosaic, I put the color all over. So what else? Which other color I like? Let me think. Which color have you chosen? Which ones did you like? It's actually very unusual colors I want to add today. No, this is too dark. You see I have a paper nearby me, so I do try the colors before, how I feel about them. Okay, this is more like it. Yeah, this is like magenta, which is very unusual color for me as well. I usually don't like pink or anything to do with pink. Interesting. Very unusual. It's also quite dark color. You see, it's like it's covering my lines, which is not very recommended in NeuroGraphica, but hey, it's done. Haven't thought that this color would be so deep. Okay, anyway, and now I want some light blue. This is a nice one. It's actually a bit more dark than I thought it would be. Yeah, that's fine. I still quite like it. So what else I want? This orangey, right? Yellow orangey, I love it. You see, it's almost finished, so because it's one of my favorite colors. Yay. And when you add the color, think about what does this color mean to you? What does it symbolize to you? What it means to you? What kind of positive vibes you're taking? But more on positives, we will kind of focus in other drawings. But just maybe, if thoughts come to your mind, you can use them. And it's good to monitor the process. So like now, after you've been drawing for a while now, and you left all these problems behind, you thought about them, you worked them through. How do you feel now? What's on your mind now? On my mind is now like, now I want to do the drawing about all the positives, which was in 2020, because actually I think they're more than I expected them to be. Even though this year definitely wasn't the easiest year in my life, and in many people's life, but I say there are things which I want to take from it. There are quite interesting things which I learned. Yeah. but I'm not gonna now talk too much about that, but that's positive. So in one of the days we're gonna draw that. So what we've done today, this was our blizzard. This is like all the problems which was here, and then we done the wall. So we like entered our house, safe house, where we can have the world the way how we want it to be. We don't need to worry about all these problems. We left them behind in 2020. The year is almost done. We just need to wait a bit more, but we're almost there. Very unusual colors I'm taking, but maybe that symbolizes that I take unusual outcomes, positive outcomes from 2020. You'll see what exactly they are, but I'm not sure. Okay, and I think I want to add the color also here a bit. So now the next step, what would be usually we would add the fill lines. So in neurographical drawing, one of the steps is to add the fill lines. But in this particular drawing, you can say that one of the fill lines is already here. It's this line. Sorry, this line which is going here. So whether or not you add more fill lines, maybe I will add some more fill lines in my drawing in the color which I did it. So it's like a separate, so I can feel the separation. I can feel that all the problems live behind, and I connect with the positives, because what does the fill lines do? They connect you to the environment, to what's going on. So I'll use the same color which I use for the lines in this positive side of the drawing, and I'll just add a couple of thick lines, so-called fill lines. And if you want to learn more about NeuroGraphica and do the basic course of NeuroGraphica, so this is just to learn the basics, some of which I talked today, but obviously it's today the aim was not to teach you NeuroGraphica. Today the aim was just to do the drawing, which would help you to leave all the problems of 2020 behind. Actually, I want to put more and more line, like thicker line here. And whenever we add line, we always try to make it in neurographical manner. Obviously, if it's thick, it's a bit harder to do, but still, it is possible. But please remember, if we add more fill lines and they intersect with each other, or they intersect with the other lines in the drawing, then what we need to do is the rounding. So we do the rounding here. So, yeah. And we continue breathing, and now we monitor the body. What does your body say? What does it feel now? Are there any changes? Actually, I stopped feeling my tummy. It's not worried anymore. Emotionally, I feel curious. What do I take from this year? I know that I left behind. I don't want to think about those topics anymore, which I left behind. They're in the past now, and now I have this my colorful future, which I'm gonna take into the next year. And what we're gonna do then we will do in a separate drawing, and I will do the drawings tomorrow with you, and then Lana will do on Thursday and Friday, and then I'll join you again on Sunday. Okay, so also another step of the NeuroGraphica is the fixation. But before I jumped into fixation, I see the message that you're confused about these new lines, about the thick lines, I assume. Well, the thick lines, also called fill lines, they're made to harmonize the drawing, to connect it to the environment. Because if we take the neurographical drawing, I mean, this is more in details explained in the basic course, but I'll try to be very brief and precise here. So if we take the drawing in NeuroGraphic because it symbolizes some topic, project, or problem. And in this case, we have like two sides. One side is what we want to let go. So we already worked it through, I don't want to touch it. And this is side, what we keep and what we want to take into the future. So we've done the colors, we've done the main lines, and now we're doing the fill lines, because what do these fill lines means? They more unite the drawing, and they more connected to the environment, because this is the main drawing, but this is the whole environment. So by doing the line through whole the drawing, because this line is not the line which stops from here to here. This line, it goes through whole the drawing. So usually if it was on whole paper, we would do it from left to right, from bottom to up. But because we are now doing just on a part of the paper, so we're doing the same thing on the part of the paper, from left to right, from bottom up. Okay, and so the idea of this drawing is to unite the drawing. So imagine that by adding the thin lines, you do the unification. So here there's a positive vibe, so we unify, like we put them and bring them together into the new 2021. But which exactly ones, what exactly we were going to take there, we're going to discover in the new drawing. So I'll keep now for a couple of minutes more, so that you still have more time to ask questions. And yeah, I'll sip my tea in the meanwhile. Okay, great. I'm glad that you got it. Now you can ask me anything about the drawing, because we actually finished the drawing. We'll do one more. I'll do one more sum up in the end. But if you have now any questions about the drawing or about NeuroGraphic or about anything in the world, I'll do my best to ask. But obviously, I'm not a Google. So I guess if you're watching this, you know a bit about my expertise, NeuroGraphic instructor, and some of you know from my courses, some of you know from my life experiences, either work or studies, or I don't know, we lived somewhere together or met somewhere together. So feel free to ask anything, what you think I will be able to answer. Okay, if there are no questions, more than what I'm going to do now, I'm going to sum up and repeat what we've done today. So, today we've done our topic. We've written it on the top of a paper, and the topic was problems and issues in 2020 and all the negative what was in this year. Then we had 2 minutes, we wrote down the words during those 2 minutes. Then we did the burst. We did the burst with all the negatives, what we want to leave in this year, and what we don't want to take with us. And then we dissolved it in the way that we completely forget about it. So we don't think about it anymore. And then we drew us. So this is the circle. And then we were drawing more lines. And in this way, we like positive whites, which we are keeping with us. And what exactly this includes, what kind of positive outcomes, what kind of positive ideas, topics we take from 2020 to 2021, we're going to draw in another drawing. Here we just keep this positive atmosphere. The main point here is to keep this positive from this negative. So that's why we draw the positive, but you don't need to go into too many details of what it is exactly. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed this class today. And if you have any questions, even if it's not live anymore, but you're still watching it and you have any questions, please feel free to write down in the comments below. And also leave a comment. Click like if you like this class. And I'm happy if you found it useful. And you're welcome to join our group, The World of NeuroGraphic, and see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to do the class at 11 o'clock in the morning. In this way, I especially do it in different times of the day so that more people can I can use it, and more people can watch us live, no matter where in the world you are. So I'm trying to be jumping from one time to another. So tomorrow will be 11 a.m. UK, London, GMT time. So depending where you are, then plus add or deduct the time. You can use a time zone converter. Just Google it. I think I posted the link, but it was the wrong one. Sorry for that. And yeah, hope to see you tomorrow, and have a lovely rest of the day, no matter how many hours you left, or maybe it's just the morning. And yeah, and thank you for being here. It was my pleasure to share this drawing today with you, and I'm looking forward to see your drawings. Please post them in the comments below. I will be looking forward. And goodbye for now. Bye bye.